I'm going to be walking through how I installed a smart water monitor and shutoff valve. The reason why I did this is because I wanted to be able to remotely close the valve to shut off the water supply to my house if there was ever some kind of emergency, like a leak when you're on vacation. And so with this valve that I put in, it hooks up to the Wi-Fi network at your house, and then you're able to see what your flow rate is at any given time. This valve includes a leak detection feature. I have yet to see how effective that is, but in theory, when there is a leak and this thing detects an elevated use of water for a prolonged period of time, it will automatically close itself off. I'm going to show you guys how I did this. I will say this is not a very simple process if you don't already have good access to your house water main as well as the electrical outlets nearby. I did this in my crawl space, so not much room, and I had to run a new conduit out to where I plan to install this thing because the power cord is only about 5 foot long. So I'll show you guys what I did and we'll jump into it. Stay tuned and let's get started. If you're interested in purchasing this specific smart water shutoff valve, check out the link in the description. Because I'm using 3/4 copper lines, I needed to install a adapter fitting on this particular unit. So if you can see, there are some silicone O-rings that they provided that sandwich between the adapter down to the 1-inch threaded NPT fittings that are actually on the valve itself. So I threaded these on first, but I realized that I wouldn't be able to torque down the fittings that I have that convert the 3/4 NPT to my 3/4 inch Pro Press. So in my case, I ended up taking the silicone fitting out before I torqued it, just so that I could then install the Pro Press fitting tight with the PTFE tape against the fitting adapter that came with the valve, and then I was able to put the silicone O-ring back in place to install that so that I had a complete watertight setup. This is a shot of me in my crawl space here. So I shut off the water supply that I had, but it wasn't fully off. So as soon as I cut into these 3/4 lines, it was dripping a lot more water than I would like. But I just plowed through it. Unfortunately, I had Pro Press fittings, so it was pretty quick to press on the water shutoff valve with that 3/4 press adapter that I just put on for the NPT threads on the tool. And in this case, I was able to cut the pipe in 2 places using an auto cutter tool. Was pretty hard to turn though when you're in that crawl space. But yeah, this job definitely got very muddy and wet very quickly, but we got on the valve, which was good. While I had the water shut off and the copper pipe cut, I threw on a spin down water filter. It's a 100 micron filter that auto flushes, and I'll show a separate video about that if you guys are interested in it. But while I was down here with all this mud, pain, and suffering, I figured I'd throw that on just so that it's a little bit less work for me down the road. Now what I'm doing is I am installing the bridge between the shutoff valve and the spin down sediment filter that I'm installing. So I'm using a no hub 3/4 press copper fitting here to line the pipes up and then slip that no stop fitting over that gap so that I now have a continuous 3/4 copper pipe between the two, and now we're getting pretty close to wrapping up this job. Also, because I'm cheap and I am not a professional plumber, I am using a hydraulically operated Pro Press that's very manual, so that's why I had to take a break for a sec to catch my breath on that, but it does work, and it only cost me about 200 bucks, which was pretty awesome. To support the water shutoff valve, because it doesn't come with a mounting bracket, I used a 2x4 along with 2 half-inch plywood rips to make a little spacer for me so that I could have a framing member directly below the valve, just so that it was supported and it's not putting a bunch of stress unnecessarily on those copper pipes, because ideally this thing doesn't leak. So that's what I'm doing here, and you can see how much that copper pipe needed that support. So I was using some T25 1.25" screws to hold those plywood sheets onto my girder. This is a 4x6" girder, and then the 2x4 was only about 8 inches long, but that's all I needed it to be to give me some support underneath that shutoff valve. For good measure, I also used some strapping on my girder here just to give my 3/4 copper pipe some additional support on it because I know that the water filter is also going to put some strain on my 3/4 copper piping. So that's what I'm doing here, and you only need 1.25" T25 screw in my case to get that in place. Okay guys, this is the finished product of the water shutoff water monitoring system, and the water pressure is fully on now. I'm not seeing any leaks, which is good from any of our new connections, so very happy about that. And I am supporting it in my case with 2 1/2-inch plywood rips to make a 1-inch spacer for me, so that way I'm not putting much stress down on my pipe. And then I also have this strap right here, again, to support my copper pipe so we don't stress out any of these connections. And now I can monitor stuff on my phone and control the water supply on my phone, which is really cool. So the one thing I will note is I do have to have this connected to an outlet right here. So I have to run that 1/2-inch EMT from my main panel all the way down there. So you will need a nearby electrical supply if you plan to do this install. So far all the connections are holding up. This thing has power and it is online on my Wi-Fi network. So thank you all for watching. Hope this helps.